You're welcome to my YouTube channel once again, and in this video I will be showing you how to draft a shirt collar. I'll be showing you how to make something like this, and you can attach it to your shirt dress or a basic shirt, like I'm wearing a basic shirt. So I'll be showing you how to draft this shirt collar, and I'm sure together we will have a wonderful learning time. So here we are on a construction table, and I'm making use of a white paper so that we all can see. If you have a brown paper, it's also fine. As you can see, I've drawn my side margin and my lower margin. When constructing, we do not start our construction from the edge of the paper. So let's get started. Well, we'll be learning how to make a shirt collar, and this is my sample. This is how my shirt collar looks like. You can see how it looks like. So I'll be showing you how to make this. And the first thing we need is our neck measurement. Let me unbutton this. So we'll be measuring from, remember, I hope you know that this is your center front line and this is our wrap for the button. So you take your tape measure and measure from your center front line all the way to your shoulder point, and from your shoulder point you would measure all the way to your center back, which is here. Now this collar is already fixed, but then I'll be showing you how to go about it. So you measure from your center front to your shoulder point all the way to your center back, or the other way around it is for you to measure the total of what you have from your wrap all the way to the other side, and you remove 2 inches. Now if your wrap value is 1 inch, you know that 1 inch on this side and 1 inch on that side. So you measure the total of what you have, remove 2 inches, and you divide by 2. But I prefer, personally, I do prefer to fold in my wrap, and I'll measure from my center front to my shoulder point all the way to my center back. So after that, I measured, and I have, for that particular shirt, I have 8.5 inches. So I'll be making use of my ruler. My ruler is graded in inches as well, so I would mark 8.5 inches. This is it. So I label this point 1, and I'll label this point 2. Now the height of my collar, the sum of my collar stand and my collar fold, I want it to be 3 inches. So I would measure 3 inches from here, and here I'll also measure 3 inches from this side, and I will connect together. So I have a rectangle. Next thing I'm going to do is, since I have 8.5 on this line, I'm going to measure 3/4 of my 8.5. This is line 0.1 and this is 0.2. So measuring 0.1 and 2, I have 8.5. 3/4 of my 8.5 gives me 6.375, which is here. And I also measure what I have here, 6.725, and I would connect straight line. The next thing I would do is on my 0.2, I would come up by 0.5 centimeters. 0.5 cm is what I have here. And I'll be making use of my pattern master. I hope you can see me clearly. So I'm going to connect this 0.2 here to this point, and I will ensure that the curve goes out of the line. I'm going to insert the value of my collar stand. Now the collar stand is this lower one here, this lower one. This is the collar fold that folds, and the value of this one, I'll be using 1 inches for this lower part. So I would measure 1 inch, and I'll rule across, since that's what I want to use, 1 inch, and I would connect it to this point. One inch. So I have another point. Now from here, I will insert my button stand value. Now the button stand is 1 inch. This point here, this one where your button is, you can see goes in, and the value that I'll be using is 1 inch. You can decide to use 0.75, but for my shirt is 1 inch. So from point 2, I would measure in 1 inches. on this horizontal line here, I think I just need to label all my points. I have point 1, point 2, and I'll be using it as point 3. I'll be using this place as point 4. I'll be using this place as point 5, point 6. I'll be using it as point 7, and I'll be using it as point 8. I hope you can see. So from point 5, I'll go in by 0.75 centimeters. Now the textbook says you can go in by 0.7 centimeters, but personally I do not like to do that. But then let me show you what the textbook said. So from here you go in by 0.7 centimeters, and we have our point 9. So now we'll connect our point 9 to our point 8 using a slight curve. Now you can decide to use your hand, or you can decide to use a curve, anyone you choose to use. So using a curve, you have something like this. But if you do not want to connect it to that, you can just do from point 5 all the way. Now from point 7 you can go up by 1 cm if you so desire. 1 cm is fine for me, and I'll be using a slight curve to connect point 7 to my point 6. I'm making use of my pattern master, and this is what we have. Now at this upper part, you can decide to do whatever variation you like. I like to have it pointed sometimes, and at other times I would like to do a curve, but then I like to go up by ½ inch. Since my ruler is graded in inches, I go up by 1 inch. It's my personal choice. Go up by 1 inch, and I'll come out by 1 inch. So from here I'll connect to point 9, and from here I'll just blend it into the line. Now it's not every time you want to have a regular collar. You can decide to just have a curve here, whatever it is as you like. But then for today, for this illustration, I'll be going with the pointed line. Now this is my collar stand, and this is my collar fall. But then looking at this, I'm not happy with the shape of this curve, so permit me to use my hand to just do this. Yeah, it looks better this way. So what I'll do right now is to cut it out. So I have gotten my paper scissors. Every designer should have a scissors for cutting paper and another one for cutting fabric. So yes, let's cut together. We have this. Now the reason why I marked ½ inch upwards and connected it to point 6 is just to ensure that my collar sits properly at the back of my neckline. But then for this, I'll go with a straight line for the lower part. For this one, I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to cut from here. Doing all this, I have this, then I'll cut out this light one. This is what I have for my collar. It's very easy to fix. When you're cutting, remember to add all your necessary allowance, and also remember to label. This is my collar stand. This is my collar for and this is what a shirt collar looks like. So when you want to join, you have something like this. Thank you for watching. Bye.